She made a monster of herself by Anna Kovatcheva. This is a short and dark novella. It was captivating, it was disturbing, and I flew through the pages. It's definitely a strange and eerie and weird little horror novella. So it follows the story of this woman, Yana, and she moves from village to village, and she is a vampire hunter. Except she's not. She's a con artist. She basically will prey on the superstitions and delusions of the villagers and give them a solution to a problem that they were kind of either imagining or manufacturing in their own heads. She makes a living doing this, and one day she comes to this village and she meets this girl, Anka. And Anka has taken on a lot of the blame of like all the villagers' problems. She's a bad omen, the way she was born. She was born when her mother died. There was a fire. She had to be cut out of her mother. So everyone like is super superstitious and they blame a lot of stuff on her. There's also this other woman in town that the villagers call a witch and blame stuff on her as well. Just, you know, it's a lot easier to blame other people than to look at yourselves and realize you guys are causing your own problems because you're a bunch of ignorant idiots. But hey, what can you do? So, and then anyone who tries to speak out, you know, they're a witch or they're possessed by a demon or whatever. So Yana comes and Anka is also set to be married, but she's going to be married off to like the dude who raised her, which is pretty effed up. And she doesn't want that at all. She meets Yana and she sees possibly a way out of this town and escape from her uncle, who's pretty effed up that he wants to marry her. He had been in love with Anka's mother, and so like as she grows, she starts to look more like the mother, and you're just like, ugh, that guy is a monster. And so together, Yana and Anka are going to create a monster so vile because they need a monster to escape a monster, which is basically the frickin' uncle. And you find out as you get into the story that he has all these horrible things that he did, and he sleeps with prostitutes and he abuses the women that he sleeps with, and he beats the crap out of Anka's cousin. He raised her cousin and her, and like he never laid a hand on Anka, like either way. I guess he's waiting till they get married or whatever, you know. And then but he would, when he'd get really angry, even if it was at her, he would like beat the crap out of her cousin. And so it's a really effed up situation. Yana and Anka come together. Yana doesn't usually take anyone under her wing or even let anyone know what she's doing, but she somehow sees something in Anka and she wants to help her escape this horrible situation. And like Yana also kind of like hears and sees the ghost of her mother because her mother taught her how to do what she does, and she's carried that on and usually has always been solo because, you know, it's kind of hard to bring someone into what you're doing when it's like scammy. But in a way it helps the mindset of these superstitious people, which is really effed up because they need to like blame all their stuff on something else, like even if it's like ridiculous. Even if it's like a vampire that doesn't actually exist, you know? So it's a messed up book, but the message and the story, the way it's written, it's a super page turner. Yeah, the writing was great. I like the character development. You know, you really loathe and hate this uncle who they call the captain, like, and he's big man around town and all that stuff. Also, you have like the cousin, Kirill. He had gone away and left the little village and then came back because he wanted to become a doctor to be able to help in the village and help the people. And at first they don't really want much to do with him because, you know, Anka's the cousin. And then he ends up helping this one woman who was the other woman that they all called a witch because, you know, her husband died. Oh no, a woman living by herself must be the devil and seducing all the men in town and blah, blah, bitty bloobs. Her husband, when he died, she was pregnant with his child. And a lot of the children of the village too, most of the births, like the kids were dying, and so he ends up actually delivering the baby. The baby lives, it's healthy, it's good. That kind of like helps him in the eyes of the villager. Oh, it's a good sign, it's a good omen, you know, it's something to frickin' believe in, whatever, even though they had been calling her a witch and whatnot. The cousin had also stood up for this woman when everyone was trying to like, you know, be a bunch of POSs and I don't know, try to hit her and throw stones at her and do all kinds of stupid stuff because people are the worst. It's dark, it's disturbing, and it is a great little novella if you like horror, if you like that kind of like quaint village superstition kind of vibe, and, you know, defeating a great monster and a great evil by becoming a monster yourself. Well then, She Made Herself a Monster by Anna Kovatcheva might just be for you. And if you enjoyed hanging out today, hit that subscribe button, come back, see me again, and we'll talk about more bookish things and weird stuff.